Now, if you don't know much about me, my name is Carissa. I have built a company called Refurb to Invest for the last near 10 years, and we have helped over 250 clients strategically transform their properties through designing our blueprint and then project managing the builder, the trades, and getting the whole job from start to finish done. So the experience that we have built, that I have built from doing this, is second to none. The mistakes we've made, the hiccups along the way, I'm now noting it all and wanting to teach and bring it all to the table so everyone joining us will get to equip themselves with knowledge and 10 years of my experience in a matter of weeks, months, no time at all, so they can get more out of their renovation. But before I go any further, let me tell you how I started. When I was in my early 20s, I was getting ready to get married. I came from a family of people in property, but I was actually myself at the time running my own dance and fitness studio. My fiance, as we were getting married, he was in plumbing, and I had family at the time that were flipping homes, doing subdivisions, doing big unit developments. So I was aware of property, but I was in my early 20s. The last thing I thought about was any of that. But when it came time for us to get married, we wanted to buy our first home. And in looking at the market and spending about 6 months going in and out, and that was around 2011, all I saw was the range from properties that were not renovated to properties that were renovated. Now, naturally, we go, oh, but that one looks really pretty. Oh, but that one looks really nice. Oh, that one's nice and clean. That looks amazing. And naturally, your emotion draws you to those ones. I went in and said, hold on. 1, I don't want to spend more money than what I need to. 2, I've been watching my family do this. I can learn how to do this. And 3, I was in my early 20s. The last thing I wanted was a big mortgage. So what am I going to do? I started looking at non-renovated houses. And in my travels and looking, I started reaching out to real estate agents. I started building connections with people that got to a point where they rang me when they had a property that wasn't even on the market yet. And that's what happened. One day I got the phone call from an agent who said to me, I've got a property. It hasn't gone to market yet. It's been a rental. The tenant's been paying the landlord cash, a couple $100 a week, but the place is a mess and he doesn't want to invest in anything to do it. So, do you want to look at it? And I went, done. How quick can you get me in there? I'm free today. Got myself in there, and I knew that for him to take that to market, he would get everyone bargaining down because it needed work. I think there was even like burnt carpet from something that had happened. Maybe the tenant had set something alight on the floor. So I knew there was things that people would be picking at, and this was my opportunity to get in. So I did. I made my offer, I negotiated, and I made the deal to close that property. That was my first ever property in my early 20s, months before getting married. We then spent time planning what we were going to do to it with a intention of we're going to resell at some point, but we also want to tick off our wish list because we don't know how long we're going to live there as a married couple. But we knew it wasn't going to be our forever home. So we had a plan. We set a plan in play. Now, we did the work hands-on. We were painting. That job I wasn't tiling. Another job I was tiling. We were painting. I was sending back timber windows. We were demoing. My ex-husband now was putting together the plumbing. We were doing awnings. We were whatever we could do ourselves. We were everything else. We got the electrician in. We got the kitchen guys in. We got the concreters in. Whatever had to be done, the flooring guys. But whatever we could do and whatever I could watch the trades do, I did. So I knew exactly how things were getting done. Come 2 years later, we sold it and we put at least 200 grand in that year. In that time of the year in 2012, that was a great return. And that was great for us, being in our early 20s, to walk away with some extra money in our pocket like that, a big lump sum, and a 4-to-1 return on investment. It was crazy. And at that point, I wanted to do it again. But what I saw was the market was going a bit crazy and we weren't sure if we would take the risk to jump into it. So instead, I started a company called Refurb to Invest. And my focus was doing a strategy for people, exactly what I did, but to show them how to do it. And specifically for people who may have already owned the property for 30 years, but didn't realize the value in what they could achieve. So I jumped in and will create a strategy on what they should do to uplift that property to resell it. Uplift that property to get more rental. Uplift that property to get more out of that property, more asset value, more profit, more whatever their outcome. That's what I built. And over the years, we have worked with so many clients and we've had such a range of projects, including some very big scale projects to what we ever did in our early days, that I have learnt and learnt and learnt and learnt and learnt. And now 10 years later, I'm here ready to say to you, and those that already know me, I want to bring everything that I've learned on the table for that 10 years and I want to pass that forward because